Together today, let's unlock the secrets of sacred sexuality. First, we have to talk about the root of sacred sexuality. I personally believe, from what I've studied and from what I have experienced within myself, I feel like sacred sexuality, the fact that we see sexuality as something really extremely sacred, is very, very ancient. And it has been somehow removed, forgotten, or hidden even. This is up to us to bring that sacredness, to bring that holiness, to bring that peace when it comes to sexuality. When you think about it, most of our society is based on feeling weird around sex. It's either taboo or super distorted, the religion or the porn industry. And if you're like me, you're feeling completely lost in the middle of that. You just don't feel like there is anything that feels right in your body with your own wisdom. I had that from a very young age where I felt like a very sensual, sexual being always. I just felt something was off in society. Something was just not feeling right in my body. And maybe you feel the same. Or maybe you don't even question it. And this is an invitation for you to step into something much greater, much better in terms of your sexuality with yourself, your sexual energy, and obviously your sexuality shared with a partner or partners. So let's jump right into it. At the root of it, I think there is just so much distortion, so much bullshit. There's just so much bullshit around sex. The way we've been taught, or the lack of teachings around sexuality, is just terrifying. It's terrifying. I'm saying that. I'm not being dramatic. It's terrifying. Even just a reclamation of our bodies and understanding that sex is normal and sex is okay, and like taking sex out of the taboo, because we're all born from sex. Every single human being that you've seen on this planet is born from sex. This is something that is ancient, natural, normal. There is no shame, weirdness, or taboo to have around this topic, but yet our society really have taboo around that. I believe personally it's because it's such a way of liberating ourselves when we're fully embodied in our sexuality. You know, free, liberated, empowered beings. I don't know. It's maybe not the best for... I don't know. I don't fucking know. What I know and what I want to share with you today is how we can bring that sacredness again. Check how you feel around sex, around you being in your sexual expression, about you even being sensual. I have a free masterclass coming, Blossom in Bliss, so make sure you grab your spot. It's completely free, it's beautiful, it's gonna teach you and guide you through an embodiment practice of how to be your most sensual, liberated self. You will have a 30 days calendar in that where you can infuse sensuality every day. That's in the description below, so make sure you grab your spot and that you enjoy this free masterclass. But when it comes to sexuality, there is a reframing to do. There is a change to adopt when it comes to the way we even view sex and our own sexuality. Sexual liberation is on so many different levels and areas. It's also about what you want. Do you want to experience your most liberated, pleasurable, blissful self? Or do you want to still live in that world where you feel icky or weird around sex? What I've noticed in my own personal experience is that even though I was a sexual being and I wanted to liberate myself and I felt free in my sexuality, and at the time I didn't really experience much traumas, or I didn't really have awareness of that. It's by doing my sexual liberation journey, reclaiming my own body, healing my body image, the way I feel in my own skin. It's by reclaiming my yoni and really learning about my yoni, because I had sex for many years without really even knowing my anatomy. The anatomy of my pleasure, the anatomy of my yoni, and how I actually function and what I actually like. My only practice with myself and my sexuality was masturbation, which was super fucking taboo. Even though it was not really conscious, I always felt like I was doing something wrong, something that should be hidden. I was not pleasuring myself as much. I didn't feel worthy of that pleasure. I almost felt like it was wrong to masturbate. And doing my own personal transformation work and starting to learn about my yoni, my feminine essence and my pleasure and my orgasm, liberating myself, That whole work was just with me first, before even being extended to a partner. And that sexual liberation was also very, I want to say mindset. It was sort of a mindset, but it's deeper than a mindset. It's also something very somatic. It's something I had to feel and liberate in my body. But it was from deconstructing all of this bullshit, all of the stories I've learned and how other people are viewing sexuality, and reclaiming that at the core, I've always believed sex is so sacred. And the sexual energy, the creative force, the force that creates babies, is really empowering, is what creates life. And not necessarily just babies and little humans running around, but also just anything that I desire. And that's something I will explore in another video, how you can use your sexual energy to manifest better. I've talked about this in previous videos as well, but it's more so those steps that you can take to unlock the secrets of your own sexual liberation. So here is how you can liberate yourself sexually and unlock the secrets of sacred sexuality for yourself. First, the most important is assess where you are. How do you feel? How do you feel when we talk about sex? How do we feel when you think about sex? How do you feel when you're doing the act of sex? How do you feel in your self-pleasure practice? Do you even have one? Just check where you are and imagine the best possible outcome, like the best sexual life, the best embodiment of your sexual energy. It doesn't mean you're gonna be fucking all day long. You know, I use my sexual energy every day in my work, in my manifestations, in my prayer, in my meditations. So really assert where you are. Assess. Just have a good check with yourself of where you are and where you want to be and what's possible. And trust me, on the way to get there, you will discover things you didn't know existed. Then I think something that is super important is to do the body image work. It's really extremely hard to liberate yourself sexually and tap into your sexual essence if you are really feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. And so it's about reclaiming that body temple, feeling worthy to be in this body and to feel grateful for this body and to heal all the parts where you're maybe judging it or hating it or feeling uncomfortable. Then I would say is create safety and a safe container where you can explore and start to deprogram all the bullshit and start to really tap into something more powerful and something different. So for that, create safety and a special container. Create vulnerability with yourself. It's super important to be in that open space, that liberated and sensual self. That is gonna be one step in order for you to then unlock your most sexual liberated self. In order to do that, I created an amazing masterclass called Blossom in Bliss, a masterclass in sensual self-care, where you're gonna learn and be guided through the embodiment practice, the felt experience of your most opened, liberated, surrendered self. And that's how you want to step up in yourself, in your inner sexual sex priestess, goddess, whatever you want to name it. It's completely free. You can grab it by just clicking the link just down below in the description, and that will help you and guide you to really unlock all of this resistance and to infuse in your daily life this sensuality and this feminine essence that you already are. And what's beautiful with this masterclass is you also get a 30 days calendar where every day you get a new practice that you can infuse in your daily life, because that's really about it. It's something that will build up with time. Check the link down below and enjoy the hell out of your sensual priestess self. Then I think it's to step into the sacredness of it. Break all taboos. Remove yourself from everything you know about yourself, about sex, about your body, about what's good, right, and wrong, and let yourself be in that erotic innocence. Finally, to explore that with a partner, I want you to consider communication is key. Communication is so important. See it as like a little lab, and you're a crazy mad scientist trying new experiment. And you're like, hey, I want to explore that with you. Will you be willing to join me in this practice? I want to find the sacredness in our sexuality. I want to explore what I'm capable of. And of course, mutual respect, safety, vulnerability, all that we mentioned before is going to be super supportive of you. Then it's having a body practice. You have to dismantle all this bullshit at a somatic level. It has to be a felt experience. That's why I even guide you in that felt experience, an experience of yourself as your sensual self, because we can understand a lot in here, but we have to feel it, we have to live it, we have to embody it. That's where we get power, and this is where we feel that we actually made a change in our lives. Is when we embody something new, when it's the new reality, not just a thought, not just a belief, but something we live every day. Something else that is also extremely important is boundaries. Know your boundaries, know how to express your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to protect you from the external world. They're here to serve you. And we explore that even deeper in Soft and Surrender. It's my signature program. You can also check that in the link below. It will teach you all the different types of boundaries and heal past moments where you didn't really knew about your boundaries, and how to express your boundaries in a new way, how to communicate in relationships, how to have a sense of boundaries for yourself and what they actually are. We dive super deep into that in actually both Becoming Her and Soft and Surrendered. So both of my offers, we explore that because it's so extremely important. I think I've mentioned it so many times on my channel as well, so you can check other YouTube videos. Boundaries are so damn important. And with that being said, my love, I'm gonna leave you with that. Go grab your spot for the free masterclass. It's gonna be so juicy and transformative. You're gonna fully surrender into your feminine essence, which is the most empowering, beautiful thing you can do for yourself. So gift yourself that. I gift it to you. That's why it's for free. If you want to dive even deeper into that, you can check the website and all the offers that we have running at the moment. Please, if you like this video, share it with a friend. Leave me a comment down below so I can chit chat with you. We can bounce back ideas. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Thank you.